Hey guys, so this is a tip from Moldir, so let us start with tips number 1. So for tips number 1 is about her readiness stack. Make sure Moldir can gain up to 30 stacks of readiness every single round in order to get all the benefits. So since readiness lasts for 3 rounds, you want to use at least 6 out. For your information, using her S2 also gives 2 stacks of readiness. But I mean, if you can do it in 3 rounds and you can use all S2 every single round, so you get 6 stacks, so which means you kind of just need 5 outs within the 3 rounds. But to be safe, I'm putting it as 6 rounds. And apart from that, make sure you apply AP plus 1 every round, because AP plus 1 plus Passion Drain, that is what keep your party able to get a lot of moxies and do a lot of ultimates. Okay, so let us look at this gameplay and the readiness stack. So now we have 10. Using Melania's ultimate with the precast and using Melania's own ultimate, this will give us 10 stack of readiness. So now we have 22 stack, and in this round I will use Moldir's S2, and that is now 2 stacks, 24, and Recoleta 10 stacks, so there's 34 stacks. So here you can see she have 34 stacks, but now at the start of the round it reset back to 24. For tips number 2, use unfinished tune. This will make your entire rotation much easier to manage. And in round 1 you want to use S1 and S2. Then in round 2, you use S2. After that, simply just repeat. Every round, this is what you want to do. S1, S2, then after that, S2. Whenever you get her ultimate, use it. So based on tips 2, it is not every round that we use her S1 to get AP plus 1. That's because she is able to repause with her S1, which means she can apply AP plus 1 through her repause. So how does it work, her repause? The thing is that when Moldir has assertive and you use a counter, she will repause with an ultimate. But if Moldir have doctrine and then she repause, that will be the one that triggers S1. Then S1 will apply AP plus 1. So this is why I recommend it in the rotation. You don't have to use S1 every round, you just have to use S2 every round. So one round, counter with out, counter with S1, counter with out. Whichever time she counter with out, this is when we actively use S1. Okay? So let us see some demonstration here. Moldir have assertive, so I need to use S1 and S2. Okay? Now, Moldir have doctrine, so all you need to do is just use S2. Okay? Which is her counter. And now in the 3rd round, we need to use S1 and S2 again because she have assertive. Okay, so I have to generate her precast and use both of them. Okay, S1, S2, and S1. Doesn't matter the order, just use whichever. So for tips number 4, here is some situation on how you want to use unfinished tune. For example, in the turn that you need to use S1 and S2, but you have either one, S1 or S2, so in that situation, you still use unfinished tune to generate both, and you use the one that is generated, both S1 and S2. You don't have to use the one that is permanent, okay? Just leave it there. If there is no S1 or S2, of course, generate it and use both of them. But let's say in a round where you just need to use S2, you don't need to use S1. But you only have S1. In that case, generate S1 and S2. Merge S1 so that Moldir can get more moxie, but you only need to use S2. However, if there's none, then you generate both, but you use S2. You don't have to use S1 if you don't want to. Okay, if you have other incantation of your DPS unit that you need to prioritize, then do that. Okay, you don't have to use S1 even you generated it. Okay, so here is some example. In this situation, you got doctrine, so you don't need to use anything, right? So just use S2. So in this case, you don't need to generate anything. For this second case is you need to use both because it's now assertive. So you generate both precast and then you use them and leave the permanent one.
The show's on, hounds.
Alright, so here I use
Just
all
like
the
the
ultimate
drills.
first, and then her S2 and her S1.
Players
And I did
ready.
not use the permanent one. Now for this case, she now have Doctrine, so you just need
Just
to
like
use
the
S2.
drills.
So you have two to
Sterilized,
choose from, just simply
Más allá
use
del
one.
concepto.
Don't need to generate. For tips number 5, if you have an opportunity to merge incantation, then do it. 1 AP for 2 Moxie is really good for these ultimate oriented teams. Okay, for example here, we have both
Players ready.
of Recoleta S1, so we merge it, and that will give Recoleta 2 Moxie.
En
Now
todos
I
los
use
momentos,
Melania S2,
el camino
and
a
I
Clon.
use Recoleta
Stand your ground.
S2, which then gives her another 2 Moxies as well.
Nuestro aliado es la verdad.
As for the 6 tips, when you are using Unfinished Tune, the thing is that yes, you can generate incantation of your other allies, but you cannot do it for everyone. So my recommendation is to focus on Moldirs. For your DPS, don't worry, rely on Passion Drain so that your DPS will be able to get Moxie faster. However, in a situation where you get lucky and you get both of Moldir's incantation there, so at that point, especially when your Verdant Moxie is quite high, then use it to generate your other teammates' incantations. So here's an example. Okay, I have 99 Verdant Moxie and I have both S1 and S2 for Moldir. So in that case, I want to stack up Recoleta's Moxie to 10. So I'm going to generate Recoleta's incantation and use it. Okay.
Players ready. Enough. Time to clean up the back.
Alright, if we count the Moxie, this is 1 Moxie for Recoleta. So now Recoleta have 6. Okay, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, then you out. Every round you just got out like this. With Recoleta, you don't need to use her ultimate. For the final tips is regarding her teammate. Because you are now focusing so much on Moldir, and if you bring other DPS, it can be a little bit difficult to manage everything. So here, her best teammate, the first is Melania. Why? That's because Melania provides a lot of Passion Drain, and Moxie Overflow is very useful. I'm pretty sure after you have done some of it, you will get Overflowed Moxie. And this overflow is really important, especially if you want to kind of do consecutive ultimates. Basically to keep up the stack for Moldir. For Recoleta's case, is also a very good teammate. That's because Recoleta gains Moxie, narrative and monologue stacks automatically when an ally uses her ultimate. So yeah, she just have to stand there, use her S1, S2 whenever there is, so that he can build up to 10 stack of Moxies and then do ultimate. And for this team, the rotation, as I mentioned, is not really fixed, but somehow I come up with this so you can kind of follow. First, Moldir S1, Moldir S2, Recoleta use precast, triggering Melania's ultimate, then Melania uses ultimate again, then Melania uses S2. Now Moldir will repause and she will get the Passion Drain and get Moxies. In round 2, because of the 2 ultimate that you cast, now Recoleta has her ultimate as well. And after you get her ultimate, you use Moldir S2, Melania S1, Melania S2, and then you use Recoleta's S2. In round 2, you don't need to use Recoleta S1 anymore, right? So it's just round 2. Out whenever, and then round 2. Round 3, now Melania can do her third ultimate. After this, Melania, if you don't give her AP, is fine. Then Moldir ultimate, Moldir S1, Recoleta S1 or S2, Recoleta precast. And then Moldir do S2. So here onward, Recoleta doesn't actually need to use her ultimate anymore, so just leave it there. She will get a precast. That precast can trigger ultimate. So do that, because that will allow us to easily push the moxie on Recoleta all the way to 10. And when it depletes back to 5. Then you stack it back up to 5 and then use the precast to trigger her ultimate again. So after that, it's pretty much the same rotation. While for Moldir, again, it's S1, S2, and then S2, and then S1 and S2. So again, this is a showcase of their rotation. It's very similar to the one that I did and posted a few days back, or was it yesterday? But anyway, for reference, if you want to look through and watch the rotation again, yeah, please feel free to do so. Alright, so anyway, thank you very much for watching and have a good day.
Even for a great gift. Time waits for no one, even for a great gift.
I'm losing my patience! Enough! Time to clean up the battlefield. Players ready.
Plane. En todos los momentos. El camino a Tlón.
Stand your ground.
Nuestro aliado es la verdad. En la acumulación de laberintos, suéltalo todo una vez más.
Falling past fire. I'm losing my patience.
The show's on, hounds.
Just like the drills. I'm ready.
The show's on, hounds. The show's on.
Preparing fire support. Just like the drills. Players ready. Go! 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 Puppies!
Time waits for no one, even for a great gift.
Enough! Time to clean up the battlefield. Requesting backup.
En la acumulación de laberintos, suéltalo todo una vez más.
Engage in the enemy.
Not a fan of my
under
work,
attack.
I take it.
Dumbass! Enough! Time to clean up the battlefield.
Hey, don't interrupt me.
Just like the drills.
Sterilize. Handy. Más allá del concepto mundano del tiempo.
Wear gloves. Preparing fire support.
Plane. En todos los momentos.
Players ready.
Oh, hi.
Enough! Time to clean up the battlefield.
A might path. Do I have to do this? En la acumulación de laberintos, suéltalo todo una vez más.
Stand your ground.
Freaking dumbass!
Volleying suppressed fire.
I'm losing my patience!
Just like the drills. Players ready. Preparing fire just like the drills.
Más allá del en todos los momentos.
Players ready. Enough. Time to clean up the battlefield. Copy that.
Cosmología, filosofía clásica. Nuestro aliado es la verdad. En la acumulación de laberintos, suéltalo todo una vez más.
Requesting backup.
I'm losing my patience!
Enough. Time to clean up the battlefield.